What is up? What is up, YouTube world? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, and we got another exciting unboxing and vlog for y'all tonight. So before we get into all of that, first of all, thank you if you've been watching my videos. If you have not, what have you been waiting for? I'll tell you what, down below, right down there, just click that subscribe button and get the notification so that way you can see what's going on and all the fun stuff that we have. And so we just finished up our MegaCon series and have had a couple vlogs since then, but as y'all know, the MegaCon competition is still going on, so answer those secret questions in the MegaCon vlogs, and you could win some fabulous prizes that we'll be giving away on May 24th. Also, we are currently on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and so right now we are sitting at 150. What a great milestone that is, so hooray! And if we get to 200, we got another giveaway that we're going to be doing. Then we got a giveaway at 300, we got a giveaway at 400, we got a giveaway at 500, and we got a big one at 1,000. So what are you waiting for? There's a lot of exciting things happening, so you don't want to miss out. And so it's been a while since I have unboxed a Transformer, and I feel like they have been neglected. My children, you've been neglected, and I will not neglect you any further. For tonight, we got a special unboxing of a legend, a myth, a master of disaster. Actually, it's a legend-sized Transformer from a company called Pangu. Not Pingu, like the penguin, but Pangu. And so what we have here, let me show you the box. It is the Pangu Miracle God PT02. And basically what this is, it is the likeness, or what I'm to say is not Omega Supreme. So this is a third-party recreation of Omega Supreme, and it is legend scale. So what legend scale is, it is almighty masterpiece transformation, all in a little bitty package. So a lot smaller. So for those of y'all that love Transformers but don't have a lot of room, go with legend scale, and I'll show you an example of a few of those that we have as well in comparison with this guy. But we have Pangu, and I also have the New Age Michael Omega Supreme that we'll do an unboxing for later. But we have a lot of Supremes, and so maybe they'll sing "Stop in the Name of Love" or whatever it may be. But we got the Supremes here, and we're gonna have some fun with them, unboxing them and reviewing them and giving you my thoughts on what they are. So if you do not know who Omega Supreme is, he is what is considered a Titan in the Transformers lore. So in G1 Transformer history of the cartoon, Omega Supreme is a Titan, and he was a protector of the Crystal City on Cybertron, and the Constructicons were his friends, and then the Constructicons got reprogrammed, and now the Omega Supreme doesn't like them anymore. But he is a all-powerful robot. He's considered one of the Guardians, and so he turns into a base mode with a rocket ship, and so sometimes the Autobots would use him to go to Cybertron and come back. And so we've also seen him in cartoons, we've seen him in comic books. I don't think we've seen him in live movies yet, which would be really, really cool if we can get with a live action Omega Supreme. And then I think he's also, like I said, I think he's also a Taco Bell menu item. So it's a new cravings box called the Omega Supreme, where you get a Crunch Wrap, a Gordita, and a Doritos Los Tacos with a Baja Blast Mountain Dew. So just order that Omega Supreme the next time you're in and see what they do. Maybe they'll look at you kind of strange. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get back to my workshop back here, and let's do a little unboxing, a little transforming, and a little comparison, and give you my thoughts on Pangu, the Mighty Miracle God. Let's do this. Well, here he is, Pangu. Yep, yep. It is Pangu Mighty Miracle God PT02. So let's take a closer look at the box. So as you can see, there's not much to it. It is just a black box with Pangu's logo, Mighty Miracle God, ages 16 and up. Thank God I am 48, so I can do that. Black side, black back, black side, black top, black bottom. So not a lot of flash with the box, but it's really not what's on the outside. It's what's on the inside that counts. So let's open this baby up. Is not Omega Supreme out of the box, and I will tell you what, he is impressive. I think he looks really cool. Now, I've heard that the New Age Michael Omega Supreme is much better, but I really like how this one looks. Now, this one, the Pangu Mighty Miracle God, is a replica of the DX9 Gabriel, which I'll put a picture of him up at the top. I'll also link some videos to DX9 Gabriel so you can see what they look like. But yeah, just an exact replica, but just in a smaller package. He's got his little medic robot here, his like robot guardian person that works with him. We also have another face, so that you can change the face out into this like angry, you know, mouth open kind of gaze. And then we have some blast effects that, ooh, yeah, you can blast effect away with your Omega Supreme. So we'll take some of those out later, but we got a couple of them out there. And then you also have the instructions. And so let's take a closer look, and let me zoom out. When I say closer, let's take a zoomer out of Mighty Miracle God. And let's take a look first at his little guy here, a little bit closer. And so we'll get some lighting on him. So there he is. You can kind of see just a little cool little figure to go along, and not much articulation. He can do the Jean-Claude Van Damme splits. He has a little bit of ankle tilt, has that, and has some knee movement. So yeah, we can Karate Kid this one too as well. There we are. Crane technique to take down any other evil bots. So that is him. So we'll put him to the side. Let's look at the main event, shall we? A little closer. So there is the face. Only a mother could love. Take a look at him. We got some sculpting, some sculpt work here. Now, this does not open on other Omega Supremes. There's like missiles underneath here. So his boobs can fire missiles. Nice little place to put an Autobot logo. But we got some nice little simplistic sculpting here. And so we got the missile hand here. And I believe you could put a battery in this hand and it can do some phrases. So we'll see if that's active. We also have his claw. Now the claw is only articulated to do this. It doesn't have the articulation for anything else. We have his feet. His feet do have the ankle tilt. Yay. And then we can bend her back. Got a nice little bend. Got a nice kind of front there. Got a nice back. It does get kind of caught on those wings. The other cool thing about Mr. Mighty Miracle God, he can do the 360. Let's see, any kind of ab crunch? Nope. As far as arm, we do have, if you pull that out, you do have some. Boom. There we go. So you can pose, get it going out like so. Lots of movement on the arm. And there it is. Nice little, and then Japanese Omega Supreme's voice. Let's do that one more time. He's saying buffet is open from 10 to 7. And then the head, there's not really an up and down, but you can kind of move it. But you can't do a 360. Oh, yeah, there you go. You can do a 360. You got to just pull the head up a little bit, and then you got a little bit of up and down tiltage on there. Let's take a look at his backside. So we got his wings. He doesn't have any junk in the trunk here, so he's got a flat bottom, not a fat bottom, but overall a really cool figure. And so let me get him posed a little bit, and we'll come back for some comparisons with some other robots in disguise. All right, he's standing. He's got his arm out a little bit here. Let's move it back in. And so let's get some comparisons going here. And so first of all, let's compare him with Darth Jesus. You can see, just he's a little bit bigger guy there. Darth Jesus, go up there and look over us all. Let's take a look at one of our microbots here. This is Lunar Tread that comes with Robot Guardian. And then we got a core class Soundwave. So you can see he's really, really big. And we got a micro little guy right there. Now, like I said, legend size. So let me show you a few Legends figures here. So let's take a look at legend size Cyclonus. So you can see that's the Iron Factory Cyclonus there. So you can see how he compares. Then we have Magic Square Ultra Magnus, the first generation version. Now I do have a mini Omega Supreme, and believe it or not, he does turn into base mode and everything too as well. So let's put him kind of right here. We're getting a little crowded with people, aren't we? And then Ultra Magnus, let me move you over here. And let's pull in MechFan Toys. Huge Dragon is his name, which is their version of Omega Supreme. And you can see Mighty Miracle God stands a head taller there. All right, let's move a few of you all out. Thank you. Take your paychecks on the way out. We'll leave you here, Mighty Miracle. Leave you here, Huge Dragon. But let's move you, Ultra Magnus. Let's move you, Soundwave. We'll keep Baby Omega. And let's bring in Magic Square's Menasar. So you can kind of get a comparison of size there too as well. Let's see if I can turn the camera a little bit so we can get some more of them into the action. So all Legends figures except for these three down here, that's kind of what they look like. Let's put Ultra Magnus back in so you can compare. So yeah, it scales really well together. So Legend size, again, gives you some really great figures at a smaller package so you can display more. So let's move you all out of the way and let's show some of the mainline figures and how Mighty Miracle God compares to them. All right, once again for scale, we have Core Class Soundwave hanging out, having fun. And let's go with Deluxe Class Shattered Glass Blur. Then we've got Leader Class Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. And now we're going to zoom out just a hair because we got some bigger boys coming in. So we have Commander Class Jetfire. Now here's where you can see from a scale standpoint, Legends Class, like Jetfire should not be bigger than Omega Supreme. But he is here. And then last but not least, what's an Omega Supreme comparison is not complete without Robot Guardian. Big boy. You've been here 4 hours. So Robot Guardian doesn't even fit into the frame. So let's pull back a little bit. There we go. Now you can kind of see Legends class, regular class, Titan. This is a Titan. And so if you have room for Titans, then by all means buy the regular size stuff. But I'm starting to run out of room, so Legends may be the way I need to start going. Because if you can kind of look at my walls, they are full of papals already. So that is them. So y'all, thank you for showing up. You all can collect your paychecks on the way out as well. We do validate parking. However, most of y'all were your own vehicles, so most of y'all did not park. Optimus, come on over here. And Robot Guardian, let's get you out of here. Oh, big boy. And we'll put you back up where you belong. And let's zoom back in on the camera. Sorry for all the movement, folks. And let's zoom back in on Mr. Mighty Miracle God there. So yeah, that's how he scales. So what do you say we take a crack at transforming this baby and see what happens? Now, little caveat. I am not the best transformer person. I love the way they look in robot mode. I am a novice, so to speak, so this may take me a little bit, but what's great is I can tell you from a novice's perspective how easy or how hard it is to transform this. And so let's get into that right now. Sorry folks, my camera had some technical difficulties and cut off in the middle of transformation of Omega Supreme, but there he is in his base mode glory. Let's pull him a little closer so we can get a closer look. And here is the rocket. So beautiful little rocket here. Very simple. It was easy to put together. I mean, it just literally put together like that. But there is, I believe, a door on here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Ah, yes. I want to say, where are you, door? Give me just a second. See if we can get this door where it needs to go before. There it is. And there is another one right here. It is in there good. There we go. So you do have a little, little landing pad you can do if you so choose. which is cool. Boop. There we are. Pulled out. Let's put it where it needs to go. And boom. And this little door is there to let the astronauts in. So that's the rocket. Let's take a look at the tank. So tank mode, fairly simple to put together. You turn the face around and you got the little computer. So let's take a closer look at that little computer. And then the side mode, we got the little guns there. Sun's out, guns out. Oh, down here, this part's a little finicky. So you gotta be a little careful, but it tabs in right there, so to speak. But yeah, just a little booger bear every now and then. Nothing that a little fixin' can't handle. But yeah, and the tank does roll. So it's got wheels right there to let it roll on. And the head acts as that cannon that turns. There we go. And then the overall base mode. So let me get you out of this tripod so you can see kind of an overhead view. So there's the base mode in all of its glory with Omega Supreme there. Now I don't have any room to show you comparisons with the other ones, but this is how much room it takes up on my table. So it does take up quite a bit of room. So for scale wise, this is my knife. So you can see you still need some room in base mode to kind of put him where he needs to go. And we got the medic right here. He can kind of hang out next to the rocket and be there with everybody. So let's come on back down. And yeah, so some really cool details. I mean, it's Omega Supreme. He is a base. He is what you would call a parts former. So which means basically he comes apart and you put them together. So some parts transform, some parts you put together. So that's why he's called a parts former. But yeah, let's take a comparison to some of the bots that are here and maybe some vehicles that I have that are transformed. All right, for a little comparison with some vehicles that I have, let's take first a mini vehicle so you can kind of see where it kind of compares. It kind of looks cool on the track there. I also have Blast Off. Let's bring in Core Class Grimlock. This would be kind of a good playground for our Core Class Dinobots. And then here is a masterpiece sized Ultra Magnus. So yeah, not in scale at all. So Ultra Magnus, get on out of here. And then there's Scourge. Again, scale does not work. You want to be within Legends, and so hopefully as I open up more Legends that we can see how this works with it, as well as we can see how it works with New Age Michael. I have, again, MechFan Toys Omega Supreme there, but I never got any instructions on how to transform him, so he stayed in robot mode. When I do Michael, I'm going to figure out how to transform him so you can kind of see the bases all together and make an informed decision, along with Mini Omega Supreme. There we are. So let's get back together. Let me transform him back into robot mode, and we'll talk a little bit about the transformation, how it was, and do I recommend him or not. And we're back to the final part. And so let's bring Mighty Miracle God, not Omega Supreme, in here to take a final bow. And again, there he is. I got him with his little blast effect. And what's cool is when you push the little button, where's that button at? Where are you, button? Where are you? Oh, there you are. And you push the little button, it goes. It does glow a little bit, and of course you hear his Japanese saying there. I think it's Japanese. It might be Chinese. But overall, a really nice figure from a transformation standpoint. Sorry you didn't see the whole thing because my camera decided to act a little wonky. But I did have some difficulty with him. Not too difficult, but some difficulty. I would say, you know, novice-wise, not necessarily novice, but it's not necessarily masterpiece either. But joint's a little loose there. Look at that. The leg doesn't want to stay up. I wish I had ratcheted joints. That one will stay up, but the other one does not want to. Oh well, that's okay. He's not going to be doing kicks. He's going to be standing, looking intimidating. So next to the MechFan toys, which one do I like better? I like Pangu. Pangu is nice because I like the G1 blocky style. Notice this kind of has more texture and detail. The claw does have a bit more articulation in it, but I do like the blocky look. It just reminds me of the cartoon. And so from a size standpoint, the MechFan toy stands a little bit lower. And then when we look at, let's bring in Magic Square Minosaur. There we are. They scale really well together too as well. So you could have some good battles, but honestly, we all know who Omega Supreme's nemesis is, and that is Devastator. But we know Omega Supreme helped Superion with Minosaur. But the thing that this is a little annoying is the waist is very, 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 very loose. Come on, baby. Let's do the twist. But yeah, that is him. And what a cool little bonus is you get, of course, his little mechanic friend that comes along absolutely free. He doesn't transform into anything. He just is there along for the ride. And then, of course, my little mini guy. This guy's cute. And so we got Mini Supreme and Medium Supreme, and then the big one that's back there. So if you're looking for a good Legends-sized Omega Supreme, you can't go wrong with Pangu toys. You could pick them up for around about $100 if you look for them. Now, New Age Michael, which we'll unbox later on, you can pick up for about $160 shipped. So he's a little more expensive. Actually, you may be able to find this guy for $80. I've seen him in some sites for $80. So if you want a good bang for your buck one, this one's great. But if you want a really premium looking one, from everything I've heard about New Age Michael, he is the bee's knees, the cat's meow. So with that, my final thoughts, what on a scale of 1 to 10, or a good, bad, awesome, this one's good. Not really bad, not totally awesome. I did have some difficulties transforming, and I don't like the looseness of some of the joints, but overall, I think he's a fun figure, and he'll be a good display piece. So I'm going to have my March of the Supremes here coming soon as we open up New Age, and New Age has some new ones coming out too, which look really cool. Darn repaints, I hate you. But I think he'll bring a lot of fun, and for those y'all that are nostalgic for G1, pick him up. He will look really good on your desk because he doesn't take up a lot of room. Again, almighty power, itty bitty living space here. So with that, man, it was fun. It's been a while since I transformed something, and this did give me a little challenge, but overall, really good time. So I'm going to leave you. Hopefully next time we see you, we'll talk about something different, whether it's Star Wars or a mystery box or whatever it may be. Just remember to subscribe. But y'all have a good night or a good morning or a good afternoon wherever you're at. And just remember to stay young, have fun, and be awesome. We'll talk to you later.